Hello, fellow seekers and collectors. So, we got the new MCU show out. She-Hulk. Have you been watching that? Well, I have. And in this latest episode, it was, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't really looking forward to the show. I actually thought it looked, uh, pretty stinky. It looked pretty bad. Wasn't looking forward to it. Even my parents, who really like watching the MCU stuff, they bailed out on that one. So, it didn't look very good. The trailers weren't pretty good. But you know what? The show, not too bad. It has actually been a pretty decent show for now. But what's got people in the streets talking? What's going on right now in the Twitter sphere? Apparently, did you hear? Now that you might want to brace yourself, people. She-Hulk is twerking. Oh my God! Can you believe it? What has our society come to? She-Hulk twerks. Can you believe that this event happened? Or at least, it seems like that's the way it is, when in reality, it shouldn't be. I don't know why everybody is so pressed about this issue. Like, literally, I kid you not, I am seeing people on Twitter legitimately malding and being upset about this. My guy, why? Like, I'm not lying to you when I say when I saw this, I figured, some people are going to be upset. I knew there was going to be some people that were going to pretty much not like this scene or think, absolute cringe, can you believe it? But what I didn't expect was that it was going to last as long as it did. People are legitimately pressed about this. I, for one, cannot understand it. You're telling me that out of all the shitty jokes in the MCU that have existed, this is the one that did it for you? This was it? This is it? This is where you don't like the MCU anymore? This is where it killed it for you? Like, I won't lie, I am a fan of the MCU, but I do acknowledge that the entire series it's not perfect. It's got many flaws, and some movies are even just flat out bad, and as I mentioned in my Loki review, that there are several TV shows that are not very good. Granted, I think some things have gotten better, and we've gotten some good movies, and we've gotten some pretty cool stuff as of late, but it is so shocking to me at how much this series has made people so upset. Like, okay, the thing about like the earlier episode, I'm not even really gonna get into, because like we've all talked about it to death, of like everybody thinking that Jen is saying that, oh, she's better than Bruce, when she's saying she does it more. Doing it more does not mean better, but I digress. But now the entire discussion has just been this one specific scene. Now, for context, at this point, you may be wondering, what the fuck is this show doing, and why is She-Hulk shaking that ass? Well, dear viewer, let me tell you. So, essentially, in the latest episode of She-Hulk, there is a subplot about an Asgardian elf who can shapeshift. She's a shapeshifter, and she can pretty much make herself look like anybody. So she scams one of Jen's former co-workers and pretty much makes him think that he's dating Megan Thee Stallion, that popular rapper, who apparently there's plenty of people who don't know. I had no idea. Many people didn't even know who she was. How is that possible? But okay. But anyway, so ultimately he sues the elf. The elf loses because, of course, naturally that's not a good thing to do, as he was scammed out of money, and Jen even says that, yeah, he's so much of a chauvinistic pig that he firmly believes he could get somebody like Megan Thee Stallion. And at the end of the episode, in a post-credit scene, because they do post-credit scenes in the show, they show that Megan now is using She-Hulk as her personal lawyer. And during the episode, Megan and She-Hulk decide to have a little fun, and she starts, twerking. There you go. That's it. End of the episode. So, that was enough to now press the internet, where it literally lasted for what almost feels like a fucking week. A week of this entire discourse. Are you shitting me? I cannot believe that people are this pressed. This has got to be one of the dumbest controversies I've seen of the MCU. Like, the visual effects artists being, like, on crunch time, and being almost blacklisted in Hollywood because they don't meet Marvel's borderline oppressive deadlines. Like, no. We'll talk about that for maybe one day, but no, we gotta sound the alarm about She-Hulk shaking her big green ass. Like, that's the most pressing thing out of all of it. Like, again, there have been so many jokes in the MCU that that people either don't like or have just bombed completely, but yet this was the litmus. I guess this was the litmus test in how far people can take the joke. And again, it's not even like, I don't think it was even meant to be like the highest form of comedy. I think it was just like, oh, because, well, we got Megan Thee Stallion. Look, she's the twerking lady. She's twerking. Some people even trying to like make making him sound more deeper than it is. Like, oh, do you know that in this show, Jen doesn't like objectification. Meanwhile, Jen is objectifying herself. And it's like, well, one, she wasn't doing it for a man. And two, I don't really even see in the way it's filmed or anything that it's meant to be any form of gratification. I see this as just a dumb little post-credit scene that just exists. Like, if you think it's cringe, like, I can't, that's you, that's up to you. Your meter for when it comes to cringe, that's up to you. That's completely your thing. I don't give a shit, honestly. But the thing about this controversy is just the fact that it's even a controversy to begin with is amazing to me. Again, people are legitimately pissed off that this scene exists. Like, as if this is the worst thing to come out of a comic book movie. Like, I'm sorry, this is not the worst thing that has come out. I could name so much fucking worse. But again, this also kind of ties in a little bit with the current climate of discourse. Now, granted, we know Twitter is fucking shit. We all know that. We all know it. We're on the platform, but we all... Don't lie to yourself. You hate the platform just as much as we all do. But the thing with this is it just showcases how Twitter is just such a horrible cesspool of shitty takes and just like bad media discussion. Like, it is amazing, again, that people are legitimately this pressed, or some people even trying to almost make this some form of like political statement. Like, what? Like, it ain't that deep, bro. It ain't that fucking deep. So again, just the sheer fact that it even exists to such a degree that I felt the need to fucking talk about it, again, should really show you how much it has blown up. It is truly amazing how much this has angered people. Now, again, there is a lot of people who also actually like the scene. There's of course, there's the thirst tweets. We all know that they're gonna pile in, but the sheer fact that people are actually legitimately pissed off is almost amazing to me. And again, out of all the Marvel controversies, man, this one is just... I thought the Black Widow monster line was like fucking terrible, Like, I thought that whole debacle was bad, but man, this is now really... Ooh, this is something else. Again, if you don't like the show, that is completely a-okay. Again, if you think it's a bad show, that's, again, fine. Everybody has a different standard. Everybody doesn't like different things, and maybe this just isn't your cup of tea. But holy fucking shit, this is almost borderline like Chernobyl level meltdown of people just acting like, oh yes, this is it, this is where the MCU died and everything. And it's like, oh, okay, like one twerking scene and that's it. Like, okay, like, are you forgetting that we got several projects on the horizon that are a bit more serious versus like one comedy show that comes out? Because again, She-Hulk is not meant to be a serious show. It's a comedy show. If you think the comedy's bad, that's fine. Comedy is subjective, But again, just the sheer fact that people are pressed about this. Man, who hurt you? Who fucking hurt you? So that's just my little take on the subject. It is pretty damn dumb, to be honest. Like, again, out of all the things that has gone into controversy with Marvel, it's like, why this? This is just, it's such a nothing burger. Again, at worst, it's a cringe scene, but people are making it seem like, ah, yes, this is the reason why modern entertainment is so bad and so horrible and so irredeemable that it literally invalidates the fact that the Northman has come out this year, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and the Batman, and so many other good movies this year. Ooh, She-Hulk, you finally destroyed media. This is how they've done it, everybody. This is how it dies. No, it's just a cringe scene that probably will be like a cliff note in like a did you know that in She-Hulk twerks, like one of those fucking videos. So anyway, that's just my quick little thoughts. Just wanted to get that out there. I'll see you next time.